What's going on, guys? It's Fight Season MMA, and today I want to make a video talking about the welterweight title fight that is targeted for UFC 310 in December, that being Belal Muhammad taking on Shavkat Rakhmonov, and this is an absolutely amazing fight, which Shavkat Rakhmonov deserves in that welterweight division since he's the #1 contender. I kind of want to talk about when I think the fight is going to happen, how the fight's going to play out, and who is going to win this welterweight title match between Belal Muhammad and Shavkat Rakhmonov that is targeted for UFC 310 in December. But if you guys enjoy the UFC content, please have a like, comment, and subscribe. That is the best way to help support the channel. Please help us. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and we're getting really, really close. So if you guys could absolutely go down and smash the subscribe button, it would mean so much. And while you're down there, turn on the post notifications just so you guys could always stay updated with the most recent MMA content daily. But let's jump right into the video of Shavkat Rakhmonov versus Belal Muhammad, targeted for UFC 310 in December. Okay, so UFC 310 in December, there is some headlines coming up where the UFC is trying to make events. They're trying to do other events, as we all know. 307 is Khalil Roundtree Jr. versus Alex Pereira. 306 is Sean O'Malley versus Merab Dvalishvili. 308 is Ilia Topuria versus Max Holloway. 309 is suspected to be John Jones versus Stipe Miocic. And 310 is kind of the odd fight out, really not having a main event going. But the UFC always has plans in its back corner, and the welterweight division has been kind of dormant lately, so having an active champion is always nice. Belal Muhammad wants to bring some activity towards that welterweight division, and he is doing so with this fight with Shavkat Rakhmonov. It being targeted for December is absolutely amazing. As we all know, Belal Muhammad came off a win over Leon Edwards at UFC 304 in a massive upset. In reality, in hindsight, it wasn't that big of an upset, but going into the fight, massive upset for Belal Muhammad, and also Shavkat Rakhmonov just beat Stephen Wonderboy Thompson in a very good performance at UFC 296 last December, where he ultimately got the rear naked choke. Now, Shavkat Rakhmonov is also 18-0 in his professional career. He's got some amazing wins inside the UFC, namely over Stephen Wonderboy Thompson in his last one. He's got a win over Jeff Neal by rear naked choke, and he's got a win over Neil Magny, who is kind of the gatekeeper of that welterweight division. But how do I think a fight between these two have gone out? And I've kind of made a video about this previously, but since this fight is getting talked about again and is probably going to get scheduled for UFC 310, I just want to say that I have Shavkat Rakhmonov winning this fight in pretty dominant fashion. The big thing about Shavkat's career is he's had 18 fights, 18 finishes, and no losses. Shavkat Rakhmonov is a finishing machine, and that is something that is absolutely insane to see in the UFC. It is really easy to finish guys who are really skillful, if you have skills, it's pretty easy to finish guys in the lower parts of these divisions. But as you get higher and higher up in the divisions, no matter how much skill you have, it's super hard to finish these individuals. So someone like Shavkat Rakhmonov going in there and submitting Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, the first person to ever do it, someone going in there and submitting Jeff Neal, an incredible performance, and going in there and beating so many other individuals inside the UFC and other organizations is truly impressive. Now, Belal Muhammad really in this fight is going to have to kind of lay off the pressure, because this is going to be a dog fight from when it happens. Shavkat Rakhmonov puts a lot of pressure on you. Belal Muhammad doesn't know how to go backwards. So it's going to be a very interesting fight to see these two individuals go at it. Now, Shavkat's going to have the striking advantage. I think Belal Muhammad is going to have the wrestling advantage, but the difference here is Shavkat is a good wrestler as well. So the advantage both ways, Shavkat's striking advantage is going to be bigger than Belal's wrestling advantage, and I think that's ultimately the case. Now, the one thing that we really haven't seen is Shavkat Rakhmonov on his back, and ultimately, I think even if he is there, he can throw up different submissions. He's throwing up some guillotines, he's throwing up some leg triangle or arm neck triangles, and some other different submission attempts, which are really, really good for his game. Now, Shavkat Rakhmonov has the style to go and be this UFC champion and be one of the most dominant fighters in the organization currently, since he's a good striker, a good jiu-jitsu artist. He's got good wrestling, good pressure, good cardio. He's got every aspect that you want in a UFC fighter, and he's going to be someone who's truly hard to beat in the next coming years. Now, Belal Muhammad, like I said, came off that win against Leon Edwards, looked truly impressive. I think he's coming towards the end of his career. He was on a 10-fight win streak, now on an 11-fight unbeaten streak, but coming up against someone like Shavkat Rakhmonov is a very hard task at hand, and I ultimately think that streak is going to be broken with a loss to Shavkat. Now, how do I think this is going to be done? I think it's going to be a knockout in probably the third round. Now, I know Belal Muhammad is one of those fighters who has a great cardio, great gas tank, and he looked amazing against Leon Edwards, but Shavkat Rakhmonov is a different animal. He's going to have to go in there. He's going to have to deal with the pressure, fighting off the back foot, and doing something that he's not really used to doing in this aspect, fighting someone like Shavkat because of how good his pressure is, of how good his top control can be, how good he can be on his back. And ultimately, I think Belal Muhammad is going to fall to Shavkat Rakhmonov. He's not going to have any title defenses after getting that amazing win against Leon Edwards. It's not because Belal Muhammad is bad, but Shavkat Rakhmonov is absolutely amazing. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Fight Season MMA, and please leave a like, comment, subscribe if you guys enjoyed the UFC content, and please let me know what you think down below in the comments about this possible fight coming up at UFC 310 of Shavkat Rakhmonov taking on Belal Muhammad for the welterweight title strap. It's a very interesting fight, a very fun fight if you had to ask me. I love watching Shavkat fight. He's one of my favorite fighters in the organization, and Belal Muhammad's got a great gas tank. He looked really exciting against Leon Edwards. He was incredibly dominant in that fight, and I think putting two fighters who go forward all the time, who both have great cardio, Belal's got great grappling, Shavkat's great all around. I think there's a good chance that this fight isn't going to be boring, and truly I think that this is going to be a fight that all fans enjoy. Now please go hit the post notifications button if you guys want to stay updated like UFC content like this daily, just so you guys are updated within the community about everything that's going on, with info that is just like this, that Shavkat Rakhmonov is possibly going to challenge Belal Muhammad at UFC 310. At least those are the rumors going around in the MMA community now. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Fight Season MMA, and I will catch you guys very soon with more UFC content and news.